Rise and crime, everybody. I'm Rachel Souza.
And I'm Michelle Chan.
And we're back, and we're the same.
Yep. It's been a couple minutes since last week's episode, but for you, it's been a week.
Oh, more than a couple minutes. I could not find a short case that was good enough until now.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, this case is, silly.
Okay. Take us away.
Okay, so... Christopher Hiscock, and yes, that is a funny name. His last name is Hiscock. We get it.
Wait, spell it.
Hiscock.
It's actually...
Okay, I'm gonna say it more than once. I'll call him Christopher. Poor Christopher was
Mr. Hiscock.
Poor Christopher. Okay. Anyways, Christopher wanted to leave Nova Scotia and go to BC to find work in the oil industry. So he set out across Canada, trying to travel the 3,000 miles it would take to get to BC to find work. So he set out, but unfortunately he ran out of money in Ontario, so he stole his truck from Sault Ste. Marie to make the rest of the trip. When he got to BC, he realized he had nothing. He had no money, no work. So he broke into a house in Little Fort, and in this home, instead of stealing money and stuff, he did house chores, showered, fed the pets, which included 2 cats and 3 horses, and actually wrote a diary entry in one of the notebooks in the house.
Okay, wait. He broke into a house and cleaned it.
Cleaned it, fed the pets, had a fire, made himself dinner.
Okay.
And he wrote a diary entry in this home, so here, I'll read it to you guys. It says, Dear Diary, today was my first full day at the ranch. I fed the cats.
He gave himself work at the ranch.
Yep.
This is the strangest version of Goldilocks I've ever heard.
Right? I fed the cats and horses. So much I can do here. I have to remind myself to just relax and take my time. I don't feel alone here. I guess with 2 cats and 3 horses, it's kind of hard to be alone. Last night, I had a fire in the house. It was so peaceful. I slept like a little baby. I saw a picture in the basement on the wall of a man holding and weighing a fish on a boat. Looking at him, I realized we look a lot alike, but I think I'm more handsome.
Okay.
Sincerely, Mr. Hiscock. But,
Oh.
yeah, so eventually the family came home. They found this stranger in their house, and they were like, what? You've broken into our house, but you did our chores? And he was arrested.
That is the most Canadian thing I've ever heard.
Is it? It's so silly.
Oh my god.
And I kind of love it.
That's so funny. Oh my god, that's so good.
And yeah, he committed a crime, but also that diary entry, I like how he's just like,
I'm more
handsome. What a silly guy.
Alright.
Christopher.
Well, it's good that you started off light, because this is probably the worst one.
Oh no. Every week I'm like, I don't want to hear something horrible, but that's what we're here to do.
I keep telling you, the worst cases I could possibly find.
Mine are, I would say all the cases are horrid.
I know, but it keeps one-upping the one from before.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
Hit me with it.
So it's called the Ant Hill Kids. Have you ever heard of this?
I've never heard of this, and that name, I'm trying to think of anything I've ever heard, but no.
Alright, so we're gonna go back to Quebec. So Roche Ferreau was born May 16, 1947 in Saguenay, Quebec, into a French-Canadian family and was raised in Thetford Mines. I'm going to call him Roche for the remaining of this story. So as a kid, he was considered very intelligent, but dropped out in grade 7 to teach himself the Old Testament of the Bible. I don't know what his parents had to say about that. I guess they let him?
I mean, if they were a religious family, they're probably like, you do that.
All right. Roche believed that the end of the world was near and that it would be because of a war between good and evil. So in 1967, Roche marries Francine Grenier, and they have 2 children together, and he supports them by selling wood carvings. Sounds pretty wholesome right now.
He's a handyman.
Mm-hmm. In the 1970s, he converted from Catholicism to the Seventh-day Adventist Church and began practicing the denomination's regular holistic beliefs, which encouraged a healthy lifestyle free of unhealthy foods and tobacco.
Say denomination 10 times fast.
It's too difficult. I can't do that. Clearly. I can't even say it once. So the Seventh-day Adventist Church is a Protestant Christian denomination which is distinguished by its observance of Saturday as the Sabbath and its emphasis on the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
That's just some background. So he and Grenier divorced in 1976. In 1977, he tries to become the leader of the local Seventh-day Adventist congregation, but he fails. So he moves to Sainte-Marie-de-Beauce, Quebec. This is when he opens a homeopathic clinic, which is an alternative medicine clinic, and runs anti-smoking seminars.
Okay, so he's doing good.
So it's pretty good because everyone's smoking in the 1970s, and he's like, no, tobacco's bad, which is true. So in 1971, he tells his friends that he had a vision that the world would soon end. So they believed him. Him, 4 other men, 9 women, and 4 children establishes a commune in Gaspé Peninsula.
Peninsula? A peninsula. You know, like a place that has water on 3 sides.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
That's what I meant.
Peninsula is
All right.
land that has
Peninsula.
water on 3 sides.
He claims to be God's representative and gives everyone a biblical name.
So,
Sounds familiar.
is this commune a cute way to say cult?
Mm-hmm. He made his commune build their own town while he just chilled and compared them to ants and then called them the Ant Hill Kids.
So, like little worker ants.
Like worker ants.
Ew, I hate that.
Yes.
Anyways.
So, when this said apocalypse did not occur, people started to question Rosh, but he just told them that Earth and God's world had different timelines, so it was not parallel, and it was just a miscalculation on his part.
So he was like, haha, jokes.
Yeah, we have time zones, and so does God. That's what he said.
Oh my gosh, can I go on a rant?
Sure.
Yes, time zones. My least favorite thing in the whole world and my biggest pet peeve, if you know me. I don't think time zones should exist. So many people are like, you're just wrong. And I probably am just wrong. I just don't get it. And if somebody could please take a good 3 hours and explain to me why time zones are beneficial, I will gladly listen to you because that's my biggest pet peeve in the whole world. Anyways.
Continuing. To expand the commune, he married and impregnated all the women that were there.
How many
There were
women
9.
So he married and impregnated all of them.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he had 20 children.
We love the 40s. We really do.
70s.
This is the 70s?
Yes.
When did we get to 70s?
We were already in the 70s.
Oh my gosh, I'm not even listening. No,
He
I'm
was-
kidding. Oh, he was born in the 40s.
Yeah, he
Oh
was
my
born
goodness.
in the 40s.
Oh, well then, yikes.
Yeah. So by the 1980s, there were almost 40 members in this cult, and he made all his followers wear identical tunics to represent equality. So they had a dress code.
Okay.
Nice. Wow.
Wow,
Can you believe
remember-
he made a 40-person cult from impregnated? Oh my god.
And then made them uniforms. Remember dress code in high school?
That we did
stupid.
not have? Oh.
Yes, we did. Are you
Kind
kidding? Dress
of.
code was enforced.
Was it?
Yeah, one time I got in trouble for showing 1 inch of my stomach.
Oh. Well, it
Yeah.
was more enforced in my first high school. You couldn't wear ripped jeans.
No way.
Yeah.
I got called into the hallway for wearing a shirt that literally only showed my stomach if I lifted my arm.
Wow. Okay.
We
Interesting.
love that.
So, March 1st, 1981, Guy Vier, a dude that joined the commune after leaving a mental institution, and by leaving I meant escaping,
Ah.
in Quebec City, and he beats a 2-year-old boy for crying. So the next day, Rosh operates on the boy, who eventually dies from this operation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say I don't hate when kids cry. I do hate when kids cry. I work at Toys R Us. It's hell. But that doesn't mean you beat them to death /
I know.
operate on them to death.
Not a good situation. In September of 1981, he punishes Guy Vier for beating the 2-year-old boy by cutting off his testicles.
So he's like, stop the violence. Let me inflict violence.
Yes.
We really, really hate that.
Okay, that's the first thing. The next year, Rosh pleads guilty to criminal negligence for castrating Vier, obviously. Him and 7 other people from the commune are also convicted of criminal negligence for the death of the boy. So after he is released from jail in June, he buys 200 acres of land near Burnt River, Ontario.
Where is this man getting this money?
I don't know.
Jeez.
For $12,000, and everybody moves there. So in 1984 of October, the Quebec government issues a nationwide alert for child welfare authorities. The local social workers were already keeping an eye on the commune because they were like a little skeptical of it. So January of 1985, another child dies, but the coroner declares that it was because of sudden infant death syndrome. This happened in the commune. This cult started becoming violent. Well, gets more violent when Rosh's drinking problem gets worse.
Oh no.
So he becomes incredibly totalitarian and very controlling of the lives of his followers, and he became very irrational with his beliefs and what he preaches to other people. So for example, members were not allowed to talk to each other unless he was there. They couldn't have sex with each other without his permission, which I think is a big step from talking to each other without him being there.
This just sounds like one big drunken stupor.
He
He was just like pounding back a beer, and then he was like, you know what? No talking unless I'm there. He has major FOMO.
Yeah, that's probably
He's
what
just
was
like,
happening.
Y'all can't talk if I'm not there. What if I miss something?
He just wants to be in all the gossip. Okay. So he was also very charismatic, so no one ever blamed him for this abuse or questioned his authority ever, okay? He was very, very charismatic. So he would also spy on his followers and punish the ones who wanted to leave by telling them that God told him about their plans, and then he would hit them with a belt or a hammer that hung from a ceiling. Or he would shit on them.
Ew, I hate that. All of that. That's horrible and the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Ew, okay.
What a cruel and unusual punishment.
That is cruel and unusual. Like,
Okay. The Anthill kids raised money for living by selling baked goods, and the people who did not bring enough money were also punished. So over time, the punishments got worse. He would make members break their own legs with sledgehammers, sit on lit stoves, shoot each other in the shoulder, and eat dead mice and feces.
ew, 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 ew. I don't want to hear this anymore. I really don't, but I know you're gonna tell me, and I'm gonna be really upset.
Yeah. Oh my god. Or...
That's, okay, another big step from getting shit on to having to eat shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no.
Or break your own legs.
Oh yeah, that's even worse. Or shooting someone in the shoulder.
Yeah.
You're literally going from, oh, I'm gonna hit you with a belt, like, to, oh, I'm gonna shoot you in the shoulder.
No, I'm gonna make your friend shoot you in the shoulder.
Even worse.
And they will do it because they're loyal.
Because they don't want to be shot in the shoulder.
Yeah. So to prove loyalty to him, he would force them to cut off each other's toes with wire cutters.
Ugh. Oh my gosh, this is so bad.
Okay, it's gonna get worse.
No, I don't think I want to hear it. This is the point in the
So
podcast that
bad.
you click away. I would click away.
So later on, after this is over, it was proved that the children were sexually abused by him.
Ugh.
And they were also held over fires or nailed to trees while other children threw stones at them.
No.
Yep. And so Rosh tried to reinstate the initial religious mission of the commune, and he would purify his followers by whipping and beating the sin out of them while they were naked.
The worst.
Yeah. And he really emphasized the fact that he was a holy being, or he really wanted to emphasize that fact. So he started performing surgeries. Emphasize. What did I say?
Emphasis.
Oh.
So he started performing surgeries.
Yeah. So he started performing surgeries on sick members to demonstrate his healing powers.
And would these surgeries, work?
No.
Then how is that demonstrating anything?
You're about to find out how bad this goes.
No.
So this basically meant he would inject ethanol into stomachs or perform circumcisions. They didn't die from those things, thankfully.
But that doesn't heal them either.
Nope, it does not. So, on December 6, 1985, 10 social workers and 6 police officers raid the commune and they seize 14 children from 5-month-old babies to 16-year-olds. Thank God, right?
Yeah, literally.
But Rosh didn't face any repercussions because nobody told anybody anything else still.
Like,
Yeah.
why? Ugh, cults. Cults!
Okay. Yeah. So this is the worst part of the story, I think.
Oh, God. Okay. I guess warning. If you don't want to hear it, skip a couple minutes ahead.
Actually, it might get worse after this.
If you don't want to hear it, skip to lots ahead. Keep pressing that jump 15 until you hear us laughing or something.
Okay, so in 1989, Solange Bullard, a follower, said that she had an upset stomach. So Rosh lays her on a table, naked, without any anesthesia. He
Jump 15, jump 15, jump 15.
He punches her in the stomach and forced a plastic tube into her rectum and injected molasses and olive oil into it.
Jump 15.
Then he cut open her abdomen and ripped... Fuck. Abdomen. What did I say?
Abdomen.
Out.
It's okay. I can't even speak either.
Then he cuts open her abdomen and rips off part of her intestine with his bare hands.
I wish I could skip a little bit of real life right now.
After that, he made another member, Gabrielle Lavallee, stitch her up with the needle and thread and told the other female members to shove a tube down her throat and blow into it.
No, that's not correct.
Nope. So obviously Solange died the next day.
Yeah. Oh my God, this poor girl had to go through all that freaking physical trauma.
Yes, for no reason.
Oh, I hate it.
But Rosh was not done.
Okay, guys, get ready to skip ahead.
Okay, yeah, you might want to...
If you're me.
So...
Wait, you're actually saying it's that bad that people want to skip ahead and I have to hear this in real life?
Yeah, you do.
No, I signed up for this and I thought...
He also claimed that he could resurrect the dead, right? So he drills a hole into the side of her skull.
But she's dead.
But she's dead. She's dead. It's
At
fine.
least she's not suffering the pain, oh my gosh.
She's dead. And he made other male members, including himself, ejaculate into the cavity.
I genuinely plugged my ears and genuinely didn't hear it, and I'm not going to hear it. I don't know what you said. Please don't repeat it.
Okay. So when she didn't return to life, her corpse was buried a short distance away from the commune.
Genuinely don't know what you said. My brain's thinking that they ate her brains, but I don't want to know if
Nah.
that's true or not. That's not true?
Not true.
Okay. Don't tell me what they... Okay, wait. If it's not that, it's probably... That was the worst I could think of.
They ejaculated into the
hole. That is worse than I thought.
I know, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is also really bad. I'm sorry. So, remember Gabrielle?
I can't hear you. I'm kidding. Wait, who's Gabrielle?
The person who stitched up
Yes.
Solange. So, she underwent a lot of abuse as well. And this is where I wrote, I lied, this actually might be the worst part.
You wrote that?
I wrote that.
Because, oh goodness.
Okay. So, she had welding torch burns to her genitals, a hypodermic needle breaking off in her back, and 8 teeth forcibly removed.
Like, sorry, no, not the kind of acupuncture or dentistry work you want.
Nope. Rosh had also cut off parts of her breast and smashed her head with the blunt side of an axe. And that's when she, tried to escape, obviously. But she was caught, and as a punishment, he removed one of her fingers with wire cutters and then pinned her hand to the table with a hunting knife, then used a chainsaw to amputate her entire arm.
Nope.
But Gabrielle manages to escape after this.
No way, what a badass.
I know, and then she tells the police everything.
What a badass. She has one arm.
Yeah, and they immediately act. Because they were suspicious of the cult in the first place.
Yeah, they immediately act. This girl just got her arm cut off.
Yeah. So they find and arrest Rosh on October 6, 1989, after a 6-week search with dogs and aircraft.
And did she survive?
Yes.
What a badass.
Yeah, good for Gabrielle.
Jeez.
So he pleads guilty to 3 counts of aggravated assault and 1 count of unlawfully causing bodily harm to Gabrielle and is sentenced to 12 years in prison.
That's it?
Wait. Then another member alerts the authority about Solange's death, and they find her remains, and in 1990 he is tried for second-degree murder in connection with Solange's death. In 1993, he pleads guilty and is sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole until the year 2000. Most of his followers had already abandoned him after his arrest, but during the time of his imprisonment, he still managed to father 4 children from the remaining female members during conjugal visits.
Wow, that's messed up.
Yes, and he was rejected for parole in 2003 since he was deemed too high a risk to reoffend and he never applied again. In 2009, he tried to sell his artwork on a US-based website, murderauction.com.
That is a really popular thing for
Yeah, it's a true crime
serial killers
auction
to do.
house.
Is they try to
So-
sell art and people are always like,
Yeah, they were willing to sell his drawings and poetry, but the Correctional Services of Canada prevented his work from leaving Dorchester Penitentiary, which is where he was, because the Correctional Service expressed concern that the killer was benefiting from,
yes, good.
you know, his killings. On February 26, 2011, Roche was found dead near his cell, and he was 63 years old. And what happened was his cellmate, a convicted murderer, Matthew Gerard, who was 60, he stabbed Roche in the neck with a shiv, then walked to the guard station and said, quote, "That piece of shit is down on the range. Here's the knife. I've sliced him up." End quote. So, that was the story of the Ant Hill kids.
I hated it so much.
I told you this was the worst one.
They're all horrible. This one,
This is the most graphic one.
yeah, the worst. Wow. That guy sucks.
Yes. Yes, he does.
That girl's a badass.
Yeah,
She
I can't believe
literally
she
is.
escaped.
That is crazy.
Oh my god.
And then after, I just quickly searched up who Matthew Gerard was. And he got sentenced to life for that.
But he was already, he already had 2 counts of life in prison, so he did not care.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
at least he's dead.
That is so messed up. Cults are dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I actually am still processing all of that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say other than ew and don't join a cult, please.
Please, no matter how, if you think it's a good idea, it's not.
Please
Ever.
don't. Please. I'm begging you.
Yeah.
Don't join a cult. Don't start a cult. Don't try to take down a cult alone.
Don't be the hero.
Get help first and then take down the cult. Do it as a group thing.
It's a group activity.
Don't join a cult as a reporter and then try to report on the cult unless you have backup.
Just stay away.
If you're gonna join a cult, let someone know.
Let your mom know.
Just let someone know, please.
Yeah. It's like when you go on a date, you need to let someone know.
Yeah, let someone know. You're making any big decision? Let someone know.
Yeah. If you're gonna join a cult, let someone know. That
That's-
should be on a t-shirt.
That's copying My Favorite Murder. You're in a cult, call your dad. That's their thing, right?
Oh my god, really? That's
Yeah.
so funny. I didn't know that. Call your dad.
It doesn't even have to be your dad. Call someone.
Call anybody.
Call someone who's not in the cult. Wow. Why are all your cases on cults?
I don't know. I just got into a cult mood because of my last one. I was like, ooh, I wonder if there's any more cults. And
Me when
this
I was
was
researching Scientology.
big one. So
Wow. Canada's messed up.
yeah, that was messed up.
People need to just do some research. The internet should have been invented by then. Just look it up.
Just maybe it's not a good idea to have if a dude has 9 wives and 20 children, you don't want to be a part of that.
You may not be able to talk to other cult members, but you can definitely talk to Google. Just put a little search in there, see if your main cult guy's wanted.
Oh my god, it's so bad. No matter how charismatic he is, if he cuts off your fingers, like, that's not
cute.
That's not cute. That's not a good look.
You definitely don't enjoy that.
That is not good. Nothing can justify proving your loyalty by cutting off your finger. You should never have to cut off your fingers.
If it's something that prevents you from going bowling, don't do it. That should just be a model for life.
If you can't go bowling?
If it's something that prevents you from going bowling, get out of there. Because bowling, you can do bowling without a lot.
I mean, you can bowl with your other fingers.
No, you can't. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, fine. If it's something that prevents you from... What do you need all 5 fingers
Living
for?
peacefully.
Giving a high 5?
That's mostly your palm.
What? It's a high no fingers? A high 0?
High 0. It's a big O in the middle.
A big O! That's not fun. Okay, well, do you got any recommendations for this week? Oof, I hate transitioning out of these cases. It's
sorry,
so
I
bad.
made this one really bad.
All of them are hard to transition out of. We're like, okay, so now we're supposed to talk about other things?
Mm-hmm. I recommend Stranger Things.
Oh, it's something I don't like. Sorry, world.
I really do like this show. Like, especially the acting in this, like, the newest season. The guy who plays Billy, if you watch Stranger Things, phenomenal. Because when I watch him in an interview, I'm just so shook. Like, so taken aback. Because he's so scary in the show.
I would never know. I watched the first season. I didn't like it. I never went back. At least I tried.
That's true.
Something I'll recommend this week. Something that I never thought I would like, but I do. Well, I'm not sure if I like it yet because it hasn't happened yet. But I mean, like, I like the process leading up to it. Is Dungeons and Dragons. Like, seriously, just read up on it. It's so interesting.
Okay.
Like, it's something I never, ever in a million years thought I would be interested in. And then my friends were like, hey, we're doing a campaign. Would you like to join? I don't even think they asked me. I said, can I please join? Because I found it so interesting. Other recommendations.
I recommend a book. It's called The Poppy War because the second book of it just came out, like, couple days ago. It's very good. I haven't read that one yet, but the first book I highly recommend.
Oh, people who read. I wish I was one of them, but alas, I am not. Yeah, so what's new in your life? Tell me anything from your life.
What's new in yours?
That's a deflection. There's gotta be something.
I can't think of anything. Okay, well, my shoe has a hole in it, and then there's, like, 3 rocks that fit in the hole that, like, I stepped on that were just in my shoe, and I didn't notice.
And that's the extent of our exciting lives.
I know, but there was 3 rocks in there. In one hole.
That does not rock.
No, it does not.
Wow, I actually have nothing new in my life either. I'm, like, looking through my phone, like, do I do anything? No. I work. There's new... Oh, here's what's new. There's BTS dolls at Toys R Us. You K-pop fans.
Do you see Soul Town Road?
What's that?
It's Old Town Road featuring BTS.
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah.
Soul Town Road. That's funny.
I know. He's so funny on Twitter. You should follow him. You should follow Lil Nas on Twitter. Yeah.
He is funny on Twitter. I can
So
agree with
funny.
that. I bought I just got my disposable film developed. Because I want to be David Dobrik, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's fun. They all look pretty cute. Yeah, I guess nothing really. Oceaga's going on right now. I'm really jealous of everyone who's there. But this is a week after, so everybody who went, tell me how it was. Thanks. I've got a concert next week, going to see Cage the Elephant and the Scientologist Beck.
Nice. I guess it would be this week that you've seen them.
Well, I'll see them in a couple days. It's on Sunday.
I see.
Here's what's new. I finally have confirmation that I am living in Toronto this coming year. As in, I just got my room assignment in my apartment building. So, yay.
Woo!
I guess that will become the new podcast hub. Because Michelle will be working in Toronto.
Yes.
We'll finally be in the same city. Woo!
Ooh, maybe your room will be not echoey. Please fill it with things.
Oh, the rooms are so echoey there. We are...
Oh, just kidding.
Advanced apology. It's gonna suck.
It's okay. We'll just buy one of those, like, the stuff that surrounds.
As if we have money.
No, like, you just need, like, panels, like, here.
Furthermore, we need money. Sponsor us, people. Do it. Are you a local company or know a local company?
Please.
Or anything that's to do with crime? Like, sponsor us. Get in touch. Also, we are looking for more feedback. We want to know ways that we could make our podcast better and more original. So if you've thought of anything or if you have any suggestions, you can either comment, leave a review, or you can actually email us at risingcrime1 at gmail.com.
Who took it?
Who has our Gmail? We also want that. Thank you.
We want that back. Thank you. Not that we ever had it.
risingcrime1 at gmail.com. Email us suggestions. Seriously, like, we want them. We like getting feedback.
It's nice.
It is. And we get a variety of good and bad feedback. And the bad feedback, like, seriously, we're like, geez, we need to do better. And we are trying so hard. We just haven't thought of anything yet because Michelle's in exam period time and I'm sick, as per usual. We love that. So remember, wow, this might be worse than last week. If you're gonna break in BC, don't be seen.
Oh.
Yeah.
And if you're in a cult, tell a friend. Send your location. Turn on your Snap Map. Do all of the above. Thank you. PSA.
Peace out.
Bye.